Wednesday, February 8th, 2017. Roll call.
Calling the roll, Mr. Tuma,
Here.
Mr. Miller. Here. Ms. Conwell. Here. Mr. Schrein.
Here.
Ms. Baker. Here. There is a quorum.
Okay, thank you. Has anyone signed in for public comment this morning?
No, Mr. Chair, no one is signed in.
Okay, thank you. And if we could have a motion to approve the minutes from January 18th, 2017 meeting?
I so move.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, and opposed? Okay, the ayes have it. Let's see, first up this morning, we have a couple of resolutions. If you could, read the resolution, please.
Resolution number 2017-0013, authorizing an amendment to contract number CE 1300551 with Schindler Elevator Corporation for elevator maintenance and repair services for various county facilities for the period 12/1/2013 to 11/30/2016, to extend the time period to 11/30/2017, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $655,000.
Okay, thank you very much. And we have a representative. If you could state your name, please.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. My name is Matt Reimer, representing the Department of Public Works, and my role is Facilities Design and Maintenance Administrator. Good morning, all.
Good morning.
This action item is to extend our existing contract with Schindler Elevator Corporation for a period of 1 year. This is a contract that handles all of our elevator code compliance, maintenance, repair work, and other modernization work for all of our county buildings. Represents some 69 elevator systems and some 14 escalator systems across various county buildings. So this item is exercising a contract provision that allows us to extend the contract for one additional term. That term we have set and requesting for one additional year, and it does add money in the amount of $655,000, not to exceed that amount, to the contract for this year. That amount of money is representative of the past 3 years of performance, which was at $630,000 approximately per year over the previous 3-year term. And we just escalated that for labor escalation to get to the 655. And I'm available for your questions.
Okay, any questions from members of the committee? Okay, Mr. Schrein?
Yes, Mr. Chair. And when you say service agreement, that is, you said compliance and maintenance of the vehicle, of the elevators. Does that actually include warranty or service work on the elevators themselves, so if something were to fail, or is it just to make sure we're in compliance and things of that nature?
Both, sir. So the, Mr. Chairman, to the councilman, the agreement does our routine inspections that keeps us in compliance with our code provisions and to allow us to operate those elevator systems. But in addition, if we have a repair needed, if something goes down, they create that service call and they go out and make the elevator repair, as long as that's within the scope of what we've contracted them for. We do have some isolated cases where we have renovated a building elevator system and it's under a contractor warranty from that renovation. We will exercise that warranty first before we utilize this contract. But in most cases, if an elevator goes down, Schindler Elevator is the one that we call out under this contract to come out and do.
Includes
the
parts too? I mean, if
it does. Yes, sir.
if a gear hub would fail or something like that, that's covered in this? Oh,
Yes, sir.
that seems like pretty reasonable for that many number of pieces of equipment to be out there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Schrein. Any other questions? Ms. Conwell? I'm sorry, Mr. Miller. I'll get you.
Through the chair, to Mr. Ryan, it states various county facilities. Does that include the recent work that was done at the Board of Elections?
It does. So that is the exact situation, Mr. Chair, to the councilwoman. That it's the exact situation that I was describing in that previous answer. We had a renovation of that Board of Elections elevator system. It was under a contractor warranty. We did exercise that warranty during its period. It is now over, so now that full repair of that elevator system would be under the Schindler contract.
Okay, so it wasn't any additional cost, that all
That's
fit in?
correct. That's
Thank
correct.
you.
Okay, Mr. Miller?
Mr. Chair, and Mr. Ryan, is that?
Reimer.
Reimer, okay. For this contract, am I correct that it's just on an as-needed basis, and that we don't necessarily use the entire amount that's allocated? Is that correct?
Mr. Chair, to the councilman, that's somewhat accurate. Yes, sir, we can not have to utilize the full amount of funding. It is based on the amount of repair work that we end up needing. That said, there is a fixed preventative maintenance schedule that is a steady component of the contract. But as far as the repairs, yes, if we don't utilize the amount of the contract because we have a good year where things don't go down, we don't have any problems because of the preventative maintenance systems in place, then yes, we would not expend those dollars.
How much money did we expend for the year ending 11/30/2016?
Mr. Chair, to the councilman, I can answer that in one way that I had prepared for. We had a carryover at the end of 2016 period of November 30th of $368,000. So I'd have to go back and see where those generated from, if they were from previous years or not. But we did have a carryover coming into this year. That said, because the period is not lined up to the calendar year, there is some built-in carryover already with the budget years, and we still are catching up on invoices for performance yet. But yes, there was carryover in approximately $368,000.
Since the contract expired on 11/30/2016, has there been any work done subsequent to that date?
Mr. Chair, to the councilman, yes, there has. We've continued normal performance. The contract provision under term allows us to, if we are pursuing a contract term extension, it allows us to go on a month-to-month until that amendment is negotiated.
And the term through 11/30/2017, is that the last extension allowed under the contract, or can there be additional extensions after this one?
Mr. Chair, the councilman, we want to resolicit this contract this year. We thought the one-year term was appropriate. According to the current base contract, we can only extend it for the one term. So I'll answer it that way. But in addition, we have an interest in resoliciting the contract this year. We've had good performance from Schindler, but we've had enough changes in the inventory with capital projects that we're renovating a number of our elevator systems that we think it's time to this year put that contract back out for bid.
And final question, since this contract extension is behind schedule, are you requesting that we consider passage under second reading suspension?
A fair question, one that I had not thought of ahead of time. Respectfully, yes. That said, we are operating under a contract provision that lets us go month to month. So it would be nice to get it behind us, yes, but we're not in dire straits on the performance period.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Miller. Any other questions from members of the committee? Okay. Having said that, can I have a motion to refer resolution number R2-17-0013 to full council under second reading suspension of the rules?
I second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further questions or comments on this? Okay, seeing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay, and the ayes have it. All right, thank you, Mr. Ryan.
Thank you.
Next up, if we could have the second resolution read.
Resolution number 2017-0014, making an award on requisition number 38463 to the CA Agresta Construction Company in the amount not to exceed $2,947,728 for the 2016 Operations Resurfacing Program for resurfacing Noble Road from the Cleveland Heights North Corporation line to Mayfield Road in the city of Cleveland Heights.
Okay, thank you. And I see we have a representative. You could state your name, please. Okay, thanks, David. If you could.
Thank you. This work involves asphalt resurfacing of approximately 1.63 miles of Noble Road within Cleveland Heights. It goes from Mayfield Road to the North Corporation of Cleveland Heights. It also includes some full-depth pavement repairs where they're needed and installation of ADA-compliant curb ramps. and then to finish off restriping. Bids were opened on December 8th, 2016. There were 13 bids pulled from the Office of Procurement and Diversity. 8 bids were submitted for review. It's a locally funded project, therefore the Office of Procurement and Diversity assessed diversity goals of 7% SBE, 17% MBE, 6% WBE. CA Agresta's bid met the diversity goals. The engineer's construction estimate was $3,257,400. Department of Public Works is recommending an award to the lowest and best bidder, CA Agresta, at $2,947,728. That is 9.5% under the engineer's estimate. The project is occurring in Council District 10. The anticipated start and completion dates are between mid-April of this year and through October of this year, which is about a 6-month period. Funding for the project will be 31% Ohio Public Works Commission Issue 1 grant and 69% Cuyahoga County, using funds from the $5 motor vehicle license tax fund. And we are requesting approval on second reading suspension of rules. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any questions from members of the committee? Mr. Miller?
First of all, just a comment that the free enterprise system on competitive bidding obviously worked very well on this contract. We got 8 different bids, and the low bid was almost 10% under estimate. So that's a very favorable outcome. My question is if you can just explain how the $5 license tax fund is different from the $7.50 license tax fund, and what determines which of those 2 funds is used to do a project?
They're both permissive license taxes that are collected for use for motor vehicle gas tax purposes. I respectfully don't have an answer for why $5 was used versus the $7.50 on this, but I could get that answer for you quickly.
Okay, that'd be great.
Okay, any other questions? Any other questions from other members of the committee? Okay, again, the anticipated start date is mid-April of this year, and finish date October of this year,
Yes.
correct? Okay. So obviously, there's a need to move this along, and you're requesting this under second reading suspension of the rules, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, we have a motion
To refer for second reading
to
suspension.
refer for second reading suspension.
Favorable
We have
report.
and we have a second as well. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay, and the ayes have it. Is there any, thank you, Mr. Martov. Are there any other miscellaneous items before the committee this morning? Anything else? Okay. And is there anyone here for public comment?
No, Mr. Chair,
Okay.
no one has signed in.
And seeing none, could I have a motion to adjourn? I have a motion. Could I have a second? Second. Oops. We have a second? Okay, we have a second from Ms. Baker. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, nay, and the ayes have it, and this meeting is adjourned.